If you need to make an attendance quiz, you can just do it one time and share it to all of your courses. So I'm just going to start in this course right here. So pick on a class, any class basically. Once that page loads, it's probably set for you to go to materials. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a material, and this is the easiest one to use. There is assessment, but you have to fill out more things, in my opinion. So notice that puzzle pencil icon. I'm hitting Add Test Quiz. I'm going to call it Virtual Attendance. And don't worry about grading scales and points because you're probably not going to grade this anyway. And even if it's ungraded, that's fine. Just check to make sure you're in Q2. And then availability, I'm going to make this available today. And it's going to actually, it says 11:59. You can customize this a little bit more later. So I'm going to go ahead and hit create. Once it is created, I can go and add a question. I always pick true, false. And in this text box, I say I am attending virtually today for the students to answer. They can pick true, false. It's already defaulted that the answer is true. And they could even say false just to be silly, but as long as they take the quiz, you can mark them present. So down here, again, you probably don't need to worry about points. I'm going to go ahead and create this question. Now, here's the most important thing. You have to go in here to settings and enable it. All quizzes are defaulted to disable, so kids can't take them without basically you being ready for them to take them. So I'm going to go ahead and click enable. Now you can just enable it, or you can enable it from, and this box that comes up is annoying, so you have to kind of click somewhere and to get that other box to go away. I'm going to click that it's available the 3rd at 8 a.m. and you will have to type those in the first time. And then I'm going to let them have until 3 o'clock to do this. So don't worry about all this stuff here. This is just a simple attendance quiz. And go ahead and hit Save Changes. Now you can preview your quiz to see what it looks like for students by clicking Start New Attempt. That's what the students should see. If the students ever say, it won't let me take the quiz, you have to go back to settings and enable it. So the kids can say true, or even if they say false, you know, they looked at your quiz. So you'll have that. Once students take it, then you can go back to this section in your materials and you can see like, oh, Mrs. Haywood has not taken it yet, and let's say it's 3 o'clock. You might want to go ahead and mark her absent, and maybe that'll catch her attention before school's out and she'll go back in and take it. So we see these students have not taken it yet, but by the end of the day, it should say 111, meaning they submitted it or they attempted to take it. Again, the score doesn't really matter. So if I am a student, I'm going to get in as a student and show you what this looks like. So now I'm actually in as a student. I'm in as Colin Rosie. You can see the username up here is different. And pretty much they have an overdue section and they have upcoming. And you'll see right here it says virtual attendance. It doesn't have your class name. It doesn't have your teacher name. You could put your teacher name in front of there if you wanted to. You can call this basically whatever you want. If they hover, it actually says the course. So that was in my Schoology 101. So I'm going to actually go in as Colin. I'm going to, again, they need to have this be in blue, not grayed out. And so that's something, again, if they're at home, they may or may not email you or tell you. But they hit Start New Attempt, and I'm going to go ahead and pick True and hit Submit. Yes, I want to submit this. And now we'll go back in as the teacher. So let's say that you've done 40 other things today, and for whatever reason, when you come back to Schoology, it looks like this, or you're on some other page. You can always go to your courses from up here, pick the course where you put the quiz, and if it's recent, you will also see the quiz over here. If for whatever reason it's not over here, just go back to your materials. Any materials you add are defaulted to go to the bottom of the page, so you can actually click on the title, and then the last thing I had set was results. if for whatever reason it puts you on questions, then just click on your results. And now let's pretend it's the end of the day. Colin's the only one who's taken it, so he's the only one who gets marked present, and these two people get marked absent. Now, one thing that you might want to do is, let's say your courses aren't linked. Something I forgot to mention earlier was, once you've made the quiz, so let's say you've made the quiz, it's all good to go, then you can go over here and click Copy to Course, and you can pick all the other courses you want it to go to. So I will go ahead and pick this course right here, and you don't have to worry about folders. You will probably have to go in and select that due date. If you want to have it be in a category, you'll do that, and then you can just say copy. So if you have 5 other courses, you'll just select all of those. Now we'll go into that remote teachers course that I said I was copying it to just to check, and this was showing me my materials, and there's that virtual attendance quiz due December 3rd. So this should get you started, and I can help you some more once you start to have too many quizzes. We'll clean them up and put them in folders. For instance, you can, if you start to have 10 or 20 of these show up, you're going to want to probably make a folder by saying add folder, and then calling it, you know, virtual attendance quizzes. You can pick a color if you want. So you'll see here's one of my folders. So here's all of my previous monthly quizzes that each of them were in a folder. So you can see that week I had 4 quizzes. So this will start to take up a lot of room in your materials at some point. Let me know how it's going.